Why is it that the secretagogues don't cause cardiomegaly if they both increase IGF?
Good question. The answer is because they are something that naturally occurs within the body. So, in other words, the concept is that your body will never self destruct when it's secreting its own substances. When the body does self destruct, we have a name for that. It's called cancer, right? So, in the absence of cancer, your body only produces what it can substantially handle without any negative side effects. With that said, if you stay on a secretagogue for a long period of time, and as I said earlier, even if you're deficient over the course of time, you're still going to have a larger heart than you had when you were younger, just due to time, just wear and tear. All right. It's one of those muscles that will grow the more you're alive and the more it beats and the more your blood pressure goes up. Everyone develops hypertension with age just due to vascular resistance. Body systems start to deteriorate, kidneys start to deteriorate, the efficacy of your heart starts to deteriorate, the left ventricle lining starts to thicken, which makes the lumen or the cavity of the left ventricle smaller, which means that the amount of blood you're able to pump with each pulse is lower, and therefore you're going to have more strain on your heart. When your heart is strained, it works harder. When a muscle works harder, it grows.
Mhm.
So, heart failure, if you live long enough, is inevitable. And now when you're coupling that with higher level of supraphysiological hormones that help the muscle grow, it's going to be exacerbated. Secretagogues do not allow your body to get into a supraphysiological range because, by definition, supraphysiological means above the limits of your physiological capabilities. And a secretagogue simply pushes you to your physiological capability.
Mhm.
So I know it's a little complicated. I hope that makes sense, though.
It makes sense to me.
Right?
Do the
You're you're
secret,
you're a little more medically inclined than most.
yeah. Do the secretagogues keep on working even in older men? Maybe when their pituitary gland isn't that good anymore?
Good question. Keep working is subjective. It's not a well-defined term. The answer is yes. Will they optimize? Depends on how good the gland that is being provoked. Will they optimize in a 90-year-old the same way as they'll optimize in a 40-year-old? Presumably not,
Mhm.
right? Depends on the individual, but presumably not. Will they push a 90-year-old past where he is currently? Yes. Yeah. I mean, if you poke something with a stick, it's going to respond more than if you don't poke it. So,
Okay.
provoking a gland to do something will yield a response. How good is the response is going to be dependent on that individual at that point of time and their health.
So there's not a certain point of or age that you should switch to GH because the secretagogues don't work anymore.
If you switch to growth hormone, I feel, forget even from a liability litigation standpoint, from a medical health standpoint, I feel that the risk of exogenous growth hormone outweighs the benefit.